Welcome guys. Um this is another YouTube video. This is, I believe, Wi-Fi battle number 11, and well, I hope you enjoy. My opponent was new this time. His name is Joshua, and he uses a whole bunch of team of shinies. And well, this isn't the first battle we had. This is like, the second battle or third battle we had. All I know is that we had 3 battles. Alright, let me just start the match. So he starts it off with, well, first I'm gonna lead off with Garbodor, and he starts off with Espeon. So now he goes for the Psychic and KOs my Garbodor. And I believe next I send out my Tyranitar and KO his Espeon with Pursuit, because he tried to switch out, plus it doubles Pursuit, plus it was holding the Life Orb. He wasn't gonna survive. So next up on his roster is his Primeape, which as well is shiny. So he goes for the close combat and takes down my Tyranitar, unfortunately. So now I go into my Feraligatr, and he goes for the close combat, and well, it does a decent amount of damage to Feraligatr. And then I go for the Aqua Tail, but it avoids. So he goes for another close combat, and well, Feraligatr survived like a boss. And well, I KO his Primeape with Aqua Tail. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that to the next Pokemon up on his roster. So I'm gonna switch out here and send out Jolteon, thinking he was gonna use a move like Thunderbolt or Thunder, but he goes for a hidden power. So now I go for the Dig, after he goes for another hidden power. No, my mistake. He goes for Shadow Ball, and then I go for the Dig. He gets a crit. Well, I get the crit when I use Dig and destroy his Jolteon. But now up on his roster is what he said was his Brute, but I took it down, unfortunately, which is his Garchomp. And I do believe this is the same guard jump you get after beating the whole game, after you beat eldest son, grandson Benga. So he goes for the earthquakes and takes down my Jolteon, and now I send out for Alligator, and he obviously is going to kill that because he's way faster. So he goes for another earthquake, kills it. So now I go for Tauros, and I'm just going to try to end it with a one-hit KO. Thinking that would work, I epically fail, and he goes for 2 outrages and takes out my Tauros. So now I go into my Meganium. Now I go for the Reflect. So he goes for another outrage while he's confused. And well, doesn't do as much as I expected. So now I go for the Leech Seed. And I'm just gonna use that combo, Leech Seed, Giga Drain combo. I just didn't use Substitute. So right here he goes for the Outrage once again. And then here I go for the Giga Drain. And he ends up dying to the Leech Seed. So he goes into his Arcanine and, well, he goes for the Flare Blitz, to his surprise, thinking he would take out my Meganium, but he forgot that I had used Reflect to raise my defense. So it's not going to be easy to take down Meganium with one Flare Blitz now. But now, since the Reflect wore off, I'm just going to go for a Leech Seed here. And use a Max Revive. So he takes out my Meganium with a Flare Blitz. And now last up on my roster is a Feraligatr. So he's normally most likely faster, so he goes for the Wild Charge, and well, Alligator just survives by yellow and does not get paralyzed, but our canine ends up dying to the aquatail. And I believe his last Pokemon was Kingdra. And if only my Feraligatr was faster, only I would have killed it with Dragon Pulse. But, oh well, too bad. It was a good game, Joshua, and well, hope you guys subscribe me, like my videos, and comment. Alright, later.